Hello everyone. I am Maurice Monene. In our today's session, we are going to discuss basic of C++ programming language. C++ is a programming language which can be used to make computer software, computer games, and other applications. To write C++ code, you need an IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment, used to write code you are learning, compiler, something that can translate the code to something computer can understand. From the source code, you need a compiler to the object code, that is a series of zeros and ones simply. Machine language, some download a IDE and a compiler separately. For me, I will use the software that combines the two, called the code blocks. You can download the binary release or Miji setup, and both the IDE and compiler are all integrated in this. So once you download install, you can double click to start. So for me, I will launch the code block. Once the code block is run, you see that is the interface. You can click maybe on the new project to start typing a new project. So we click on the create a new project. After you create a new project, you have the console application. You click on console application used for basic program, and then you click go, and then maybe you click go. Then we can skip all that. Ensure that it is a C++ language that you are using. Select next. Then you give the project the name. Ensure you give something that you can easily remember. For our case, we can give a very easy one, which is maybe we can type the CV, that is .cbp. Remember the location I've already. You can go next. Ensure that you have the GNU GCC compiler. Ensure that, then you can click finish and see something pops up, and click finish. Once we are in the finish, we can go to maybe view and activate the project manager, so that then you see now our CV as by default. To see what has been clicked, you can click on the source. You can click on the source to see. You can click the maybe the positive sign near the source and show the file created for you automatically. Go ahead and double click on the plus sign for the main CPP, which brings a clear automatically. Then we can double click on the CPP to see our basic C++, which is written by any of the C programmer, any of the C programmer. It is basic, but it carries all the components that we need for C++. Remember, this one is a source code which we are going to run to produce a result of a program. And to run this, to see everything is properly set up, we use the retro gear and the green halo on the top, so that we can test if our program is running properly. We test if our program is running properly. Click on that, build and run. So you can see everything is set properly. For us. So you see, in each and every C program, we have different components that we all need. So we can close this. So at the top there, we have the hash include iOS stream. Hash include a iOS stream, and these lines begins with the hash sign, are directive for the preprocessor. They are not regular code lines with the expressions, but indication for the compiler processor. In this case, the directive hash include iOS stream tells the processor to include the iOS stream standard file. This specific file, OS stream, include the declaration of the basic standard input-output library in C++. It is included because it is the functionally going to be used all over in this program. Then we have the blank line, which it doesn't have any meaning or anything does it add, but it is to make the code more readable in our program. You can maybe decide not to include, but to make it more readable you need that. Then we have the using namespace. It is also another statement. All the elements of the standard C++ library are declared within what is called a namespace. The namespace with the name std. So in order to access its functionality, we declare with this expression that we will be using this entity. This line is very frequent in C++ program that uses the standard library. So you need it in your source code. Every time you need this in your source code to make it even more readable, more interesting. Then below that we have the int main, and this line corresponds to the beginning of the definition of the main function. And the main function is the point by where the C++ program start their execution independently of its location with the source code. So it does not matter whether there are other functions with other names defined before or after it. The instructions contained within this function, will always be the first ones to be executed in any C++ program. For that reason, it is essential that all C++ programs have a main function. The word main is followed by the code by a pair of parentheses. That is because it is a function declaration. It is a function declaration. In C++, what differentiates a function declaration from other types of expressions are these parentheses that follows its name. Optionally, these parentheses may enclose a list of parameters within them. Right after these parentheses, we can find the body of the main function enclosed by the braces. What is contained within this brace is what the function does when it executes. So you see, everything that we need, or the statements that we are going to include in this program, we are going to contain them inside these braces, So every programmer needs to start with this main function. There are others, as we discussed, which we shall include outside, but for our purpose we have to start with this main function. And then inside there we have another statement, maybe which is in between the braces, which is the cout. And in the cout we have the hello world. And we can say that in this line is a C++ statement. And we normally say that a statement is a simple or maybe compound expression that can automatically produce some effect. In fact, this statement performs the only action that generates a visible effect in our first program. So cout represents the standard output in C++, and the meaning of the entire statement is to insert a sequence of character. And in this case, the hello world sequence of character into the standard output stream, which is usually the screen, because it is our output, which is usually the screen in this case, because that is what we are using as our output. So we normally say that cout is declared in the iOS stream standard file within the std namespace. That is why we need to include that specific file. And the statement ends with a semicolon. If you don't end with a semicolon, automatically it will generate a syntax error. Then we also have the return, which is followed by a code of 0, and the return statement causes the main function to finish, may be followed by a return code. In this case, the code is 0. A return code of 0 for the main function is generally interpreted as the program worked as expected without any error, maybe during the execution. This is the most usual way to end the C++ console program in any program that we do start. And remember, we have also said that we can maybe, for instance, have the compound statement. We can maybe have the compound statement, not necessarily we only have only one simple. We only have only one simple statement in this. What we need is we can write as many statements as we have, but always remember to start them with a what? To end them with a semicolon. And maybe if we are writing multiple of them, we can have them separated by the new line at the end. So in this case, I'm going to add another statement after the hello world, so that we can see how it output. So we are going to have the cout, and then followed by the insertion pointer, which is the string insertion pointer, and then these are followed by a double quotes. They are followed by a double quote. Then I can write maybe I am Morris. Maybe I can have I am Morris, and then remember to end the double quotes, and then remember the semicolon. Then remember we can also add, maybe for example, if you run that, you see now I have two statements there. I have maybe hello world, and also I have Morris. We can also have another one. Let us add another one, which is maybe we put it to be what we see out. Then remember to put the string insertion operator to print something on the screen, then followed by double quotes. Inside there, maybe we can write I love maybe teaching IT related stuff. I love teaching maybe IT related stuff. Oops, I can see the long spelling, but you're going to correct it. Correct 20 from there, and then we can remember to terminate with a semicolon every statement before we can learn it. Then we can learn it, and what you are going to realize is that there is no separation between I am Morris and I love teaching the IT stuffs. So to do that, we can cancel that, and then to do that we need to end after Morris with the end line. That is, end line can be written as end L. Let's see, that is some colon. Then you can see there is an error. I have not maybe deleted one semicolon. I have not deleted one semicolon, so we can maybe let's take this, copy this. We see let's put sorry, I was only supposed to delete the semicolon, but I've forgotten. Oops, some error also. Let's undo. Let's copy button. First of all, delete this was our header, and delete this. Then we can add that. You can see now I have separated line. I am Maurice. I love teaching the IT related stuff. Remember, the handle can also be substituted with the symbol backslash and then n, backslash and then n. Remember, this one is also a symbol to move to a new line and learn, and you can see it is also separated. Remember, you can include this symbol as many as possible in your statement. For example, I can have separate the I and the new line. Also, I can separate love with the new line. And then teaching IT related, maybe you can put after IT the new line. And then I can learn it. You see, now I have separated. I love teaching IT. Every day it is in its own line. So that's basically how you can use those different related lines to do that. That brings us to the end of this basic of C++ programming. I was your trainer, Maurice Monene. If you have found that this video is helpful to you, you can subscribe and share it to many to reach more students to benefit. Thank you.